la, what's up guys? This is Hank Saber giving you guys a July 2015 format Ritual Beast deck profile. So this is what I put together. It is actually nice, it's fun, it's competitive, it's everything I look for in a deck. I think you guys should pick this version of the deck up. I think it's quite nice, quite creative, has some interesting tech choices in it, and yeah, so let's get into the deck list. Again, it's pretty fancy, fun, so very combo based, very easy to learn after a little while of testing, so I'll get into it. So to start off, I play 2 copies of Creed Bandit. So Creed Bandit, basically, if you guys have been following my channel, is really good for milling stuff. Now, I wouldn't call this a mill deck, but you do have a great card in the form of Ritual Beast Ambush. And Ambush brings back 2 from the Banished Zone or the Graveyard at the same time. So playing Creed Bandit's actually not all that bad because you have Ambush in your hand quite a lot, and sometimes you even break the card if you draw it the first turn. And so Creed Bandit's really good. We are playing some tech choices around it as well with our Jar of Avarices, and so Creed Bandit, very, very good card in this deck. I really believe in any deck that you play a lot of monsters and can somewhat recur them back from the graveyard to the field. It's actually quite nice having the Creed Bandits to set that up. So we're playing the Creed Bandit. Then to get into the standard lineup, we're playing 3 copies of Ritual Beast Tamer Elder. So Ritual Beast Tamer Elder is your caster of the deck. It helps bring out your spiritual beasts. And so Elder is like your wingman that gets your guys onto the field, and just great startup play. So I would figure that best opening hands would be Creed Bandit or Kanahawk or Reipengu, or Elder with the Reipengu, and so or the Kanahawk. And so again, Creed Bandit sets up different things like Lara and the Zephyr and Pelika, but again, Elder, very nice startup card. Then we are playing the 2 copies of Wen, again, special from the Banished Zone. And again, 1 Lara, 1 Zephyr and Pelika. We'll get back into Zephyr and Pelika in a little while, but Zephyr and Pelika actually plays somewhat of a role in this deck. So I'll get back to that a little bit, but we are playing basically 2 different names in Lara and Zephyr and Pelika. They both do the same thing, special from the graveyard, so there's that. Then into the Spiritual Beast, we run 3 copies of Kanahawk. Kanahawk, of course, adds, sends first, and then adds banish 1 Ritual Beast card from your deck, face up, and of course, during the second standby after, you can add to your hand. I very rarely add to hand because the bad Ritual Beast player I am, but very good card nonetheless. So there's that. Then we play 2 copies of Reipengu. I know a lot of people play 2 copies of it, but I didn't really need the need for a third. I mean, I know it's such a great startup play, but the fact that we're just playing the Creed Bandits probably means that we're going to mill 1 and recur it back later with Ambush. I feel like the 2 is fine. Otherwise, we're just playing way too many monsters. So we play the 2. Then I also play the 2 Apelio. Apelio is actually kind of a good card. I mean, the fact that you can boost it up by 500, really nice. And so even though Ulti Apelio doesn't get the ed because it's unaffected by effects during the damage step, I still feel like Apelio is a great card. Boost your stuff up quite a bit, and a nice attack and defense booster. So 2 Apelio. And of course, the 1 Petalfin, still gotta play it. It's another name, it's another target, and it does lift stuff off the field. It has a caster effect, so that's quite nice. So this is the Ritual Beast stuff, plus the Creed Bandits. And so 2 cards I am playing because of I saw on Rescue Cat Duelist's deck profile. I really enjoyed seeing that because it's something I was trying to think of for quite a while and never really worked for me. And we are playing a little bit of a tuner engine in the form of Kribbins and Birdman. So Kribbins and Birdman, pretty they play a big role in this deck. Of course, you can special Kribbins off Emergency Teleport, and Birdman is really just for when you draw it. However, the card is still really quite good and plays a role in this deck. And again, we'll get back into this in a little bit, but first I'd like to go into the spells. So this is our monsters. So quite the monster lineup there. And for the non-monsters, we play 2 copies of Emergency Teleport. I like to play 3. I don't have a third at the moment, but the fact that we are playing Creed Bandits makes the fact that we're only playing 2 Teleport a little bit less, bad, because If we mill the teleport, we can always add it and get it to our hand. We're also playing Jar of Avarice. So Jar of Avarice shuffles 5 back from the graveyard to the deck and draws a card. So you can always recycle these, which is really quite nice. So you can almost argue that having the third is not a necessity in this deck as much. So we do play that. And again, only play 2 if you're playing Kree Bandit, because if you play Kree Bandit, you can dig them out, and also Jar of Avarice to bring them back. So there's that. And we play 2 Typhoon, so just Black Rose, tough in this metagame right now, Tellarknight's Klee. Tower, Turbo Towers, however you say it. Bond. So Bond is also another thing that you can mill off Kree Bandit and add from your hand. It's actually quite nice. You actually kind of win when you get this card. It's not something that I would want to search off of Conahawk, because there are better things, more necessities that you need off Conahawk to search. But having the Bond, just drawing into it, having it late game just wins you the duel. If you can, I wouldn't say even OTK, but just if you can dwindle your opponent's life points down to half or 4,000 or so, you definitely attack and keep on attacking with your ulti Apelio. It's really nice. So the Bond is there for that, kind of El Shaddoll fusion of sorts. And then we play the other one-ofs in the form of Dimensional Fissure and Raigeki. So those are our spells. So not many spells there. So there's that. Then for the traps, we are playing the triple Steeds. Steeds, again, we're not playing Dark Hole because we have Steeds, so we're basically playing, like with the Raigeki, playing 4 Raigekis almost. So there's Steeds. We are playing the triple Ambush. Ambush is like a better card than this because we are playing the Kree Bandits to mill stuff, and we just have a nice, just a better setup. And this card's like a power play card because you flip it, you just special from the banish and or graveyard, so it's quite nice. And again, Kree Bandit helps out getting your Spiritual Beasts, Ritual Beasts into the graveyard, and if you have a Macrocosmos or a D-Fissure, into the Banish Zone, so it works the same. So Ambush is there, and so we play the 2 copies of Jar of Avarice. So Jar of Avarice is really good for recycling stuff. You just flip this up, and you target 5 in your graveyard, and except for Jar of Avarice, and shuffle them back into the deck, draw 1. It's really quite nice with Kree Bandit. Again, in any deck that I play Kree Bandit, I pretty much play Jar of Avarice, so that's quite nice. And then I play the other random one-ofs in Solemn Warning, Macrocosmos, Bottomless, Ring of Destruction, Torrential, and the 1 compulsory. So there's that. So we do play those. For the extra deck, I'm not going to go to a side deck, I'm just going to go to an extra deck. So this extra deck's quite different than what you would normally see. Again, so much stuff that I had to cut Daigusto Phoenix, which is a nice rank 2. No calories, no Phoenixes, so just keep that in mind. We're playing the 3 Conahawk. The next thing that I would put into an extra deck, I would probably take out 1 Conahawk, just because I never find myself needing the 3rd. I know you want to banish off Rampengu. I'm only playing 2 Rampengu, and you really only need the 1 Conahawk to search, so I don't know how I feel about playing the 3. But it's a Dante, it gets you your advantage, just like Valkyries does in Necros, just like Dante in Burning Abyss, just like Disc in Qliphort. This card gives you your advantage early on and even in the grind game, so there's Conahawk for that. Now we play the 3 Ulti Apelio, just your beat stick. Oh, that's not an Apelio. I don't know where the 3rd one went. Here it is. Silly thing. Say Dolphin wanted to get in the shot, so we do play the triple Apelio. And then I'm playing the 1 Petalfin. I never really use this off Rampengu. I just use this as a defensive card during my opponent's turn. Again, nothing too much. I don't mind drawing the Dolphin, so it is what it is. I usually send off Conahawk anyway. So playing that, only playing 2 copies of Ulti Gaia Apelio. Is your most defensive card. Really good for negation, but really hard to make. You usually make them later on, so when you have more resources to your disposal. So that's it for our fusions. I believe we're playing 9 fusions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Okay. So we're playing 9 fusions. Go to the side. And then 4, we are playing Synchros. So we're playing the 1 Metaphys Horus. This is what I got from Rescue Cat Duels. So it is a level 6 Synchro, 1 tuner plus 1 more non-tuner. Now it has different effects based off what it's synchroed with. If it's a normal monster, this card is unaffected by other card effects. If it's an effect monster, you can target 1 face-up card on the field, negate that target's effects. That's not bad, so you can use this effect. But the most important one is that the Pendulum monster. So when you synchro summon the Pendulum monster, your opponent chooses 1 monster they control and gives control of it to you, but it cannot attack this turn. So we are playing the 1, if I can just reach over the camera here, we are playing the 1 Pendulum. So it's a level 3, and this gives the importance to Birdman. So if you can synchro someone with this, and of course you are playing the Kree Bandits, so you kind of get the Effect Monster effect as well, but the main one to know about is the Pendulum effect. So we are playing the Horus for our Zephyr and Pelica. So we play the Horus, we play the Black Rose, and the Clearwing, because sometimes if we have a Birdman and a level 4, we can make it, so that's quite nice. And finally, we're playing Beals and Trishula. Hey! So, we're playing Kribbins for the Beals, exclusively for the Beals, nothing else but for the Beals. And, well, we can also play Horus technically with it, right? If we have a 2 and a 4. So, we also can make Trishula now. Woo! So, again, it's kind of hard to make because you can't have a simple 3 and a 6. You have to have 2 or more non-tuner monsters. So, yes, you could possibly have a 3-3 and a 3. You can have a 2-4 and a 3. And there are different combinations you can make this, but you can make it, so it's quite nice to play. So this is the Synchros that we're playing. So a nice batch of Synchros there. And for the final card we are playing Lightning Chidori. So again, it's quite a nice extra deck, pretty extra deck to say the least. I mean, who wouldn't want to play this deck? It's so fun and original. I feel like my list gives a lot of an incredible amount of originality. Of course, some of that taken from Rescue Cat Duelist, but I mean, Kree Bandit, play it if you must, play it if you want, but it's not a necessity. But again, there are so many decks, there are so many cards in this deck that play around Kree Bandit. So again, if you don't want to play Kree Bandit, maybe scrap this list. But I feel like Kree Bandit's such a strong card because of Ambush and Jar of Avarice, and again, it gets you to your E-Tallies vast, like, really quickly. So I mean, again, play it on your own risk, but again, I would say it works out for more times than not. So anyway, guys, this is my Ritual Beast deck. I've had the deck for quite a bit since it came out on release, and never quite had a list that was original enough to give you guys, but now I have a list that's finally working for me and something that's nice and original for you guys to test out. So anyway, guys, this is Hank Saber signing out. Peace, guys. Deuce. Don't forget to friend me on Facebook, join my group, The Titan Takeover, as well as the Ignoble Lifestyle Facebook group, and subscribe. Thank you, guys. Peace.